Today I'm making blueberry muffins. This is one of the best recipes I've ever found, and I had to make very few changes to it. I just made some slight changes. I added vanilla, and I added a little more cinnamon, and I added lemon zest. But these are great. We're going to start with a crumb topping, and then we'll go on to make the batter. Let's get started on Darlene's table. I'm going to start by making the crumb topping first. So in with the flour, and we use 2 different sugars. I used white sugar, half white sugar, and half brown sugar, light brown sugar. Now cinnamon, let's mix this real well. And then the butter. It's in cubes, and you can use a fork or a pastry cutter for this. I'm just using a fork. We want this crumbly, so you can use your hands as well. Now the crumb topping is ready. First, I'm going to measure out my liquid for the batter. I've got 2/3 of a cup of oil, vegetable oil. I'm going to add 2 eggs to that. Now the milk, even though it has a measurement for the milk, it's actually however much milk it takes to go to 2 cups on this. Remember, I doubled the recipe. On the single recipe, it'll go to 1 cup. So I'm going to add the milk till I get to 2 cups. Okay. And that's going to be our liquid. All right, next we're going to mix the batter. So add the flour, white sugar, salt, baking powder. Mix this up real well. Got the dry ingredients mixed well. I'm going to set this aside for just a moment. All right, so I have 2 tablespoons of flour in here. 2 tablespoons. I'm going to just lightly dust my fresh blueberries. If they're frozen, you don't have to do this. They don't seem to sink. But I'm going to dust them lightly with flour so they don't sink as much in the batter. This helps to keep them from sinking to the bottom. Let's set this aside as soon as I have them all out. All right. Now we'll continue with the batter, adding the liquid that I mixed up, and we're adding it to the dry ingredients. Now the lemon zest. I had just a little bit of lemon juice in there to keep the zest from drying out. All right, we'll mix this up. Make some nice batter. And of course, in with the vanilla. Mix this up real well. And we'll fold in the blueberries. I'm going to try not to mash them. This is a lightly greased muffin pan, regular size muffin pan, but I'm going to fill each one to the top. These are very generous muffins. It's going to make 14, so I'm going to have 12 in this one, and we'll make 2 in a smaller muffin pan. All right, I'm just redistributing some of this batter so that they're even. With my leftover batter, I'm going to put them in the middle 2 muffin cups. So I'm putting the streusel or the crumb mixture on top. Be generous with it. There's plenty. And I press it in. And in the other 4, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of water in each one. That'll keep the muffins, since there's only 2 in here, from overcooking or cooking faster than the 12 cup. All right, into the oven at 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. Oh, these look yummy. Now we're going to let them rest in the pan for 10 minutes before I remove them. It's been 10 minutes. If you use a non-stick muffin pan, they're really easy to get out. Now I still lightly oiled the cups. Blueberry muffins. Blueberry muffins with a crunchy crumb topping are a delightful treat that combines the fruity goodness of blueberries with a delectable textural contrast. With the perfect balance of sweetness and tang from the blueberries and the added indulgence of the crumb topping, these blueberry muffins are an absolute delight for breakfast or as an afternoon snack with a cup of coffee or tea. And of course you can find this recipe on my new and improved website, darlenestable.com. So come back to see me soon, right here on Darlene's Table.